Traditionally, the Englishman's home is his castle. But due to the population explosion, even castles are getting overcrowded these days. The housing shortage is now an accepted fact of life. But even if you can find a suitable house or flat, then the purchase of it is liable to be yet another headache. I'm here today to ask people how they feel about the housing situation.
Oh, hello, Honky Tonk. How are you? Nice to see you.
I'm asking people about housing.
Oh, yes.
Tell me, do you have a house of your own?
Well, not really. I share one with 5 other fellas. We call it Henry VIII Cottage.
Really? Why's that?
Because the 6 old queens live in there.
Excuse me, madam.
Miss.
Oh, miss. Tell me, is there anywhere you'd specially like to live? A sort of perfect dream house?
Oh, yes, there's one place I'd be thrilled to live.
And where's that?
Wellington Barracks. Are you married?
Well,
Oh, well, I'm looking for a nice
Pardon me, sir.
Oh, hello, boy.
Hello, sir. Tell me, if you had complete freedom of choice,
Yeah.
where would you most like to live?
On the edge of a golf course with a dolly millionairess who owns a brewery. You know one. I bet you don't.
Excuse me, Sonny.
What do you want?
Don't do that. That's a good boy. Tell me, whereabouts do you live?
I don't know. Well, this morning my mum and dad gave me 5p to go and get an ice cream.
Well?
When I got home, they moved.
Charming young lady.
Well, thank you.
Miss, I'm asking questions about the housing problem.
Oh, well, it's no problem to me because my uncle's just left me 2 14-roomed houses and I'm thinking of selling them.
Well, you are lucky to have a couple of big ones like that. Well, there must be a lot of people dying to get their hands on them.
Oh, I like you.
Well, darling, I must say the flat's beginning to look very nice.
Yes, isn't it lovely to have a place of our own at last?
Marvellous.
I thought that little antique table I bought at the auction could go just here by the fireplace.
Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing that. Now, that sounds quite a bargain.
Oh, it is. I don't know how I managed to get it for £5. None of the dealers seemed interested.
Well, it was lucky for us then, wasn't it?
Ah.
Mrs. Kirby?
Yes?
I'm from Choker's Auction Rooms, lot 13.
Oh, yes, my little table.
Ah, there we are then.
I say, Daphne, well done.
Yeah, it's a nice little piece, that, isn't it? Could be worth a bob or two, that, you know.
I knew you'd like it, dear. Thanks very much.
Thank you, madam. It's all right.
George. George, could you,
Yes, of course.
Oh.
Have a drink.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, madam.
Thanks very much. Well, darling, not bad for £5, eh?
You are a clever little thing, Daphne.
Right, there we are then.
What the hell's that?
It's a bear.
Yes, I can see it's a bear. What's it doing here?
Well, you bought lot 13, madam.
Yes, I did. The table.
Well, with the table goes the bear, right, Charlie?
With the table goes the bear.
Yeah, with the table goes the bear. Where do you want it?
We don't want it anywhere. Look at it. It's monstrous.
Yeah, half a big one, isn't he? Yeah, we couldn't get him up the lift, you know. Charlie had to hump him up on his shoulders, didn't you, Charlie?
Yes.
Charlie can jolly well hump him down again.
Oh, no, I can't do that, sir. No, it's your responsibility now. He's legally yours, you see.
Yes, but what am I going to do with it?
Yeah. Well, you can't lay him down because he's too lumpy for a rug, is he? And he's already been stuffed, so that's out.
Get it out! Get it out! I don't want it in my flat.
Oh, don't be like that. I mean, he might grow on you, you know.
I will not have that in the flat.
Well, you won't do any... I mean, he'll only just stand there, won't he? I mean, it's not as if you've got to take him for walkies. Is that right, Charlie?
True, too true.
Too true, see, yeah. I mean, look the way his claws stick out. His hands stick out like that. And if your wife wants to do a bit of knitting, he can hold the wool for her.
Don't be ridiculous.
All right, then slid him up the back and use him as a nightdress case. All right, slid him up the front and use him as a tea cosy.
All I want to see is the back of that damn thing.
All I can say is you don't know what you're missing. Here, do you throw parties?
We have people in from time to time. As a matter of fact, we're giving a little housewarming tonight.
Right, well, here's a for instance, then. Now, the new vicar calls round to introduce himself with his new wife, see? And the party's a bit dull, and you want to break the ice. So you say to the Rev, you say, Vicar, have you seen my bear? To which the vicar replies, have I seen your bear what? Result, a belly laugh all round, hands in the pot for a bit of wife swapping.
I've never heard anything so ridiculous in my whole life.
All right, then, all right, suit yourself, suit yourself.
No, wait a minute. Darling, we must get rid of this awful thing before tonight. What on earth would your managing director say?
Oh, my God, I nearly forgot. Look here, I'm willing to make it worth your while if you'll only take the damn thing away.
All right, cost you a handful.
$5?
Yeah, well, your governor's going to think you're a right schnook being lumbered with his gill pots here, isn't he, eh?
Yes. All right. There you are.
Right, so, hey.
What are you going to do with it? Are you going to dump it somewhere?
Dump old Bruno? Tomorrow he's lot 38 with a small tea service. Oh, this beats living in town, doesn't it, eh? Nothing like the old river. Come on, darling. Let's hit the hay. Again last night.
This is box 507.
Pardon?
I've called in answer to your advert in the Evening Post. Refined lady wanted to share flat with librarian.
Oh, I see.
Is he in?
No. No. I'm the librarian.
Oh, I see. Oh, well. Never mind. It's not bad, is it? Not at all bad. No, I think I could do something with this place.
Well, it suits me very well the way it is.
Yes, I'm sure it does. Yes.
I think perhaps we should introduce ourselves.
I'm Phoebe Fairhurst. My friends call me Phoebe.
Well, I'm Miss Snogging.
Oh, so do I. So do I, but we're both over 30.
No, Miss Nogging.
Oh,
Ada.
Oh, how do you do?
Would you like to sit down?
Oh, tar.
I've just made a pot of tea. Perhaps you'd like some.
Oh, thanks, yes. I never say no to a cuppa.
Won't be a moment.
Right. Oh, I was just admiring this photograph. I see you like dogs. It's a lovely little bull terrier with a little white collar.
That happens to be my father. He's the vicar of Battersea.
Well, that's what comes of living near a dog's home, doesn't it? It's only my joke, though, love.
How do you like it?
As often as possible.
The tea.
Oh, half and half.
Half tea and half milk.
No, half tea and half gin.
I'm afraid that I don't keep alcoholic beverages in the flat.
Oh, neither do I, love. Not for long, anyway.
Well, I think that perhaps we ought to get to know a bit more about each other.
Yes.
You know, to see if we suit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, after all, you know already that I'm a librarian.
Yes.
What do you do?
Well, I'm a demonstrator.
Demonstrator?
I show things to people.
Really? Do you work in one of those big stores?
No, in a strip club in 5th Street. Tell me, do you know where I come from? Could you show me the bedroom, please? I'd like to see it, if I may.
Over there.
Oh, thank you, love. Oh, yes, this is lovely. Oh, that's nice. Yes, that'll suit me fine. Yes, that's marvellous.
That's my room.
Oh.
There's the other one.
It's a bit small, isn't it?
Yes, it is very small. And I mean, you being a theatrical, well, you're going to need lots of room for all your costumes.
The costumes I wear, dear, I keep in my handbag.
Not only that, you see, well, it faces the main road and it's terribly noisy.
Yeah.
And you working late of a night, you're going to want to sleep during the day. Oh, you wouldn't get a wink in there. No, I couldn't let you have it. I really couldn't. It wouldn't suit you at all.
Oh, bless you, you dear old-fashioned thing.
What?
I know what you're trying to say.
Do you?
You're trying to tell me I can have your room. Oh. And I won't disappoint you, I'll take it. Oh, I just know you and I are going to get on like house on fire. I can see it, you know, every evening we sitting together in front of the television with a glass of stout and a bowl of jelly deals.
Jelly deals?
Yes. You love my cat.
Oh, you got a cat?
Yes, he's called Puddles for obvious reasons.
Not sure I'd like a cat.
Oh, you should. They keep the mice away. He's got ever such sharp claws. Well, he ought to have. He's always sharpening them on the furniture.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, and listen, if you wake up in the night and find me standing by your bed with a carving knife in my hand, don't scream. I'm only having one of my nightmares. I've never been known to stab anybody so far.
Oh, dear. Jelly deals, cats, nightmares. No, it won't do. I can't stand it. No, you'll have to go. You can't share my flat. Please, pick up your bag and get out.
Ever's wrong. Is it something I've said?
I don't wish to discuss it. Please leave immediately.
And I thought you were kind and decent. You're not. You're just like all the others. Here am I, a piece of flotsam in the sea of life. A waif, stranded on the shores of misfortune. Nobody cares. It's all right for you. You had a good mummy and daddy to take care of you. But when I asked my mummy who my daddy was, she said, HMS Ark Royal. Have you ever tried cuddling an aircraft carrier?
I'm sorry.
And you, a daughter of the church, too. Where's your milk of human kindness? Faith, hope, and charity. And the greatest of these is charity. Would you please point me to the door? I can't see through all these tears.
No. Please wait. I can't let you go like this. I'm ashamed of myself. I'm a selfish, narrow-minded woman. It's all right. You can share my flat and you can have my bedroom if you like. You're quite right. We'll get on like a house on fire, just the two of us.
Promise?
I promise. Excuse me.
Certainly.
Yes.
Hello, Thief. We're here like you said. Hello, Thief.
Who are they all? Tell them to go away.
Don't be a mean old bird. Surely I can have a few friends in to enjoy themselves if I can. How are you, love? It's nice to see you.
There we are, Mr. and Mrs. Green. Trafalgar Cottage.
And do you mean to tell me that the great Admiral Nelson himself actually lived here?
Yes, that's right. He did indeed, yes. So, yes.
That's amazing. You know, I never knew he lived in Walthamstow.
Yes. Yes, he had to have a little place out of town because of Emma, you know. Lady Hamilton.
Oh, yes.
Surprising, isn't it, that two such famous people should have lived in the same neighbourhood?
Eh? Was there someone else, then?
Well, the other estate agent up the road from you, he wants to show us a little place where Anne Hathaway lived.
Anne Hathaway? Oh, look, Mr. and Mrs. Green, you're a nice couple. I don't like to see you taken advantage of. Some of my fellow estate agents, you know, is not as honest as what I am. Now, I can assure you that I have personal knowledge that Anne Hathaway lived in Hammersmith. Opposite the Regal.
You know, it says here, a charming rose arbour is a feature of the front entrance.
Just
You
have a look
see?
at it. Oh, yes, there, that's it, that's it. You ought to see that when it's in bloom. It's a picture. Do you know, I once caught Harry Wheatcroft nicking a cutting off that.
Could we take a look inside?
Certainly, madam, certainly.
Thank you
Go in,
very
of course.
much. Yes, well, I think it might be.
Now, I think you ought to remember that although this house has been modernised completely, it contains some genuine Nelson relics, which it was promised never to be allowed to be sold abroad.
Oh, we wouldn't do that, Hilda, would we?
Oh, no.
And I'm sure when you've had a look round the house, you'll agree with me that it's worth every penny of the £1,000 that it's worth.
How much?
15,000. I tell you that in case you go berserk and start offering me 20. Because I'd be honor bound to refuse it. There we are, then. That's it. There's a sight. The sore eyes.
Well, it's not exactly what we'd expected.
I bet you thought I'd exaggerated, eh? So you found it, eh? The burglar trap. Nobody gets through that door without you hearing them, you know.
Is this the elegant dining room, the sumptuous sitting room, or the classical drawing room?
Yes.
What?
You can sit in it, eat in it, or if you want to, you can draw in it. It's a multi-purpose room, you see. I mean, you can, if you want to, you can even have a bath in it.
Oh, why's the bath in here?
Labour saving, madam. Close to the kitchen so you don't have too far to carry the water.
Well, it also says here, full central heating, oil-fired, is a feature of every room.
That's right, sir. And there it is.
But that's not in every room.
Why not? What do you think the handle's for?
Is it all right if I go and take a look at the bedrooms?
Certainly, madam. You'll find your way up the beautifully carved Jacobean staircase in the corner there. See?
Those banisters, they came away.
No, they didn't. Well, yes, they did, yes. That's to make it easy for the removal men if ever you need a grand piano in the bedroom, you see.
Look, are you absolutely certain that Horatio Nelson lived here?
I'm positive. Absolutely certain and positive. Here we are. There's his little ditty box. And what can't speak can't lie. He must have dropped that on the way to Waterloo.
I thought that was Wellington. What was Nelson doing at Waterloo?
Catching a train to Portsmouth, I should think. Oh, hello, look, we've got a little memento here. A little note written to Lady Hamilton. Would you hold the box, sir?
Yes,
and I'll
of
read
course.
it to you. Oh, yes. My dearest Emma. You always call her that, you know. When you wake up, you'll find me gone. The French are playing up again, and I'm off to give them a good hiding at Trafalgar. If I survive the battle, I'll meet you in London underneath my column on Friday afternoon. Signed, your loving Horatio. P.S. By the way, I suspect you're right about Ardy. He keeps asking me to kiss him.
Wait a minute. That letter's typewritten.
Of course it is. Nelson was always well ahead of his time. Do you know, sir, it must be a thrilling thought to know that you could be the new owner of a house where once a famous hero lived. I mean, just think of it. He must have stood in front of these draft-proof, fully leaded windows with their burglar catches with his telescope, watching all the boats sail up and down the channel.
What, from Walthamstow?
Ah, the cement works weren't in the way then, you know.
What's that?
Emergency fire exit. Local council regulations.
What's that?
Probably a scream of delight from your wife. I knew she'd love the bedroom. Oh, madam. I see you went on the balcony.
The bottom fell out of it.
Really? While you were falling, did you have time to notice the exquisite wrought iron scrollwork? Well, Mr. and Mrs. Green, I'm sure you can't wait to get back to my office via your bank and sign the necessary papers.
Well, I don't know anything.
Oh, now, Mr. Green, don't hesitate. Otherwise, if you delay, you know, you might be gazumped.
Yes. Yes, but I mean, what about all those things?
But how can you refuse a house where once Horatio Nelson lived on?
You are then, Mr. Clark. This is it, Anne Hathaway's cottage.
What's he mean, Anne Hathaway? You told us it was Nelson.
Well, he was probably having an affair with her.
Oh, you're just a couple of crooks. That's the other estate agent. Come on, Hilda, let's get out of here before the roof falls in.
Hey, Mr. Clark. Wait, Mr. Clark.
You know, Collins, if we're going to get rid of this dump, we've got to get our stories straight, lad.
Yes, you're right. There's another 2 prospects gone for a Burton.
Burton? That gives me an idea. We throw a lot of phony diamonds all over the floor. And tell them Richard and Elizabeth live here, eh? Let's see them get through that lot, the mealy-mouthed, pot-bellied baskets. That'll show my mean business. Let them all come. Oh, who goes there?
It's me, Dad. Lily.
A phone should be recognised.
How can I be recognised if you don't open the door?
Well, give the password.
Oh, dear. Muffer King.
Pass, friend, all's well.
How can I pass if you don't let me in?
Oh, yes. Is it all clear out there?
Look, if you keep me out here much longer, your dinner will get cold.
Why didn't you say rations up, then?
Oh, all right. Here, how much longer are you going to keep this up, then, Dad?
I shall never surrender.
Oh, silly old fool. Here, I see you got your name in the paper again, then.
What's that, then?
Battle of Waterloo Street continues. Pensioner James Maynard Kitchener-Lampwick, veteran of Mons, continues to obstruct road builders by refusing to quit his house in Waterloo Street.
They shall not pass.
Yesterday, he hurled defiance at authority from an upstairs window.
That's a lie for a start. It was a chamber pot.
Dad, you're just being stubborn and stupid. Do you think they're going to give up building the motorway just because you won't move?
Well, then let them go round me. There's enough cars on the flaming road as it is.
It's not as if they're kicking you out on the street. They've offered you a nice little place to go to.
Listen, I carried your mother over that threshold 50 years ago.
Yes, and put her down and never lifted another thing as long as you were married.
Don't you speak to me like that, young lady, otherwise I'll put you across my knee and spank you.
Look, you could have a lovely new flat with a proper bathroom.
Well, I've got a bath.
Oh, not that old zinc thing you put in front of the kitchen fire.
Well, I like it. I can have a bath, put the kettle on, make a piece of toast all at the same time.
Look, if you don't want to go there, you know you're always welcome to come and live with me and my Charlie.
Your Charlie? Yes, that's what he is, isn't he? A proper Charlie he is. Wouldn't be seen dead in the same room with him. The miserable low-life layabout.
Honestly, Dad, I don't know how you can say that.
I'd say that about any Arsenal supporter.
Don't get excited. That'll be Councillor Yapton from the Housing Department. He wants to have a word.
Yes, I've got the right word for him. I'll shout it through the letterbox.
That's not good enough, Dad. You'll have to let him in. He wants to talk to you.
All right, I'll have a parley under a flag of truce, but I'm not promising nothing.
And will you please put that spear back where it belongs?
I know where that belongs. Right up Yapton's big Yes, well, let him in.
Yes, right.
Thank you, miss. We just want to have a word with your father. Thank you very much.
No, Mr. Lampwick, put that thing down. You won't be needing it.
Well, Well, if it isn't young Georgie Wootton.
That's right.
Yes, I knew your father. He worked on the railways, didn't he?
Yes, he did for over 50 years.
Yes, I knew it was a long time ago because he never pulled the chain while the house was standing still.
Now, once and for all, Mr. Lampwick, you have got to go. Do you realise you are responsible for a whole pile of machinery and 300 labourers outside there standing around idle?
If I know that lot, they were bone idle the moment they stepped off the ship in Liverpool.
Do you know what you're doing? Through your sheer pig-headed cussedness, you are obstructing the Queen's Highway.
Don't you bring that young lady's name into it. No. She heard you the way you were treating one of her loyal subjects. She'd send young Charlie round here with his polo stick. He'd make you up about and all.
Very well, if you won't see reason, I shall make life impossible for you. I shall have everything cut off.
You can cut up what you like, mate. My time of life, it makes no difference.
Constable, I want this man removed by force. I want this house cleared immediately.
Now, just you wait a minute.
No. No. Let them stay, love. It'll make a lovely story for the newspapers. Yeah.
Look, Mr. Lampwick, please believe me, we are doing our very best for you. I have personally chosen a delightful little flat.
Have you really?
Yes. It has a superb new sitting room.
Oh. That's nice, isn't it?
2 bedrooms.
Oh, an extra room, eh?
Yes. A fully fitted, labour-saving kitchen.
Oh, has it got a fridge?
Yes, certainly it's got a fridge.
Yes, I like to cook by gas, you know.
Oh, well, then I shall have the gas laid on for you.
Yes, well, it all sounds very reasonable, doesn't it? Yes.
Exactly, yes. Now, what do you say?
Get knotted, I'm staying here! Don't you come near me, I'll make you look like a toffee apple!
Stop it, Dad! Stop it, both of you! You ought to be ashamed of yourselves, grown men. Now, listen to me, Dad. Mr. Yapton is chairman of the housing department, and he is doing his best to see that you are satisfied.
Yes, he's very good at seeing people satisfied, especially if they're under 30 and got long blonde hair.
What do you mean by that?
Well, they get the best flats, don't they? And I have heard if the lift broke down in Mrs. Forbes's block, you wouldn't have the strength to crawl down the stairs.
That's slander, that is. I can have you in court for that, you stupid, silly, ignorant old man.
Hey, what you're talking to?
Well, he's senile, that's what he is. He's senile. He ought to be certified. He's mad. I tell you, he's stark raving mad.
And so am I. Now then.
You saw that. You saw that. She assaulted me. You saw that with your own eyes.
As I recollect it, sir, you tripped and fell headlong into Mr. Lampwick's dinner.
What is it, Pete? Settle head, what's the matter? Is that right? Are you sure?
Yes.
Right, Mr. Yapton, you can pack all my belongings and take them round to my new abode by 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock sharp this afternoon.
Well, that's marvellous. But what made you change your mind?
Because my grandson informs me that my new flat overlooks Chelsea football ground. And we don't want to be late for the kick-off, do we? Stick that somewhere. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, I hope you enjoyed the show. By the way, that cottage you saw is still for sale, only since we started the show, it's been gazumped up to 25,000. See you next week, same time.